As Wall Street gears up for a pivotal day, all eyes are on Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, who is set to deliver a speech that could influence the market's direction. Investors are eagerly anticipating insights into the central bank's plans for interest rates, especially with a potential rate cut looming on the horizon. The backdrop of Powell's address includes recent economic data, with October's Consumer Price Index showing an uptick in inflation. This raises questions about the Federal Reserve's ability to manage inflation while also supporting economic growth. Adding complexity to the economic landscape is the anticipation of protectionist trade policies under President-elect Donald Trump, which could further impact inflation and consumer prices in the long term. Investors are bracing for a volatile response to these developments. Meanwhile, United States stock futures are showing positive momentum as traders await the automatic data processing private payrolls report, a key indicator of employment trends. The Dow, Standard & Poor's 500, and NASDAQ futures all reflect a cautiously optimistic sentiment in the market. Despite a tepid start for December, major indices like the Standard & Poor's 500 and NASDAQ Composite have reached record levels, fueled by expectations of economic resilience amidst political changes. The upcoming jobs report is expected to provide further clarity on the labor market's strength. In corporate news, Salesforce has made headlines with its impressive third-quarter earnings, sending its stock soaring in pre-market trading. The cloud-based software giant exceeded revenue expectations and raised its annual forecast, highlighting robust demand for its services. As Salesforce's stock climbs, analysts remain optimistic on the company's growth potential, despite concerns over profit margin improvements. This optimism reflects a broader confidence in technology stocks, even as some face challenges in a competitive landscape. Across the Atlantic, political instability looms over the French government as lawmakers prepare to vote on a no-confidence motion. Prime Minister Michel Barnier's controversial budget cuts aimed at reducing the budget deficit have sparked significant unrest. The political crisis in France has weighed heavily on its stock market, with the CAC 40 index suffering a steep decline since the government's challenges began. A potential government collapse could further complicate efforts to address France's fiscal issues. Compounding these challenges, the latest Purchasing Managers' Index data indicates continued economic contraction in France, signaling that recovery may be slow and arduous. Investors are watching closely, as any further instability could ripple through European markets. In Asia, political turmoil is also brewing as South Korea faces a significant crisis following President Yoon Suk-yeol's brief declaration of martial law. The unexpected move has led to widespread protests and calls for impeachment from opposition lawmakers. As geopolitical tensions rise, crude oil prices are experiencing a slight upward trend, driven by concerns over supply and demand dynamics. Investors are weighing the implications of ongoing conflicts in the Middle East and Eastern Europe on energy markets. With OPEC Plus meeting on Thursday to discuss production levels, the focus remains on how major oil producers will respond to fluctuating demand. Speculation about potential supply cuts is influencing pricing trends in the crude market. Thank you for joining us for today's Markets Update. Remember to subscribe for more insights and analyses on the latest financial trends and developments.